Welcome to your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here to bring you some great community information. We're going to introduce you to a fabulous local dog trainer who can help you with those pesky behaviors at home with your beautiful puppies that you may have. I know that my dog just ate a skirt, so I'm excited to hear what she has to say, as well as talk about Proposition 138 and the Kids Business Fair that is taking place today. You're not going to want to miss out on any of it. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that! Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, took like 6 years off in here.
Well, I like it. It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
Do you have a puppy at home that maybe is causing you some difficulty? Well, we've got a great training resource here in the community, and it's Jennifer Valentine with Valentine Dog Training. So let's hear what her tips and tricks are to help you with that puppy at home.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail on TV8. It's a Monday, and we have a very special guest with us. We have two. Look at this head. Ready? Ready, lift up. Look, there's the baby. Oh, my goodness. Well, I have Jennifer Valentine with us, and we all, I would say at least 90% of households have a dog or more than one dog. And I've known Jennifer Valentine from Valentine's Dog Training. I've known you for 15 years almost, and I have seen the magic that you have done with these animals, and it's really wonderful. And we're going to get into a couple of things today, maybe some basic training techniques and ideas for people, and when to know if your dog is having a behavioral issue as opposed to just needing a little training like that. Yeah. That's a good baby. This is the cutest boy. Now, who do we have with us today?
This is Diesel.
Hi, Diesel.
Who's actually not, this is not very nice. We're going to get him off at
Oh,
the
I
couch.
don't, oh, okay. I'm loving
good.
every second of that. I didn't mind at all. I got a bath.
So this is Diesel.
Hi, Diesel.
He's a dog that I got from the shelter. Made it official on April the 16th.
The Eagle County Animal Shelter.
Eagle County Animal Shelter. They gave me a call, told me that there was a Doberman down there, and I think they knew that I was powerless.
You are powerless
against
over
a Doberman.
Dobermans. This is your third Doberman pincher.
My third Doberman. But he was surrendered. He's been surrendered multiple times.
Oh.
And so I wasn't.
He's only 2?
He's just 2. So I wasn't comfortable putting him back out there in the world to be surrendered again. And you have a dog this size, you have a breed like this, and let's say you have a fear issue. A dog is barking for fear, but it's a Doberman. So it looks aggressive, it looks scary.
Right.
So people automatically are not necessarily interested in being around a dog like that.
So is that why they have such a return rate, a high return rate, or lack of better word for saying return?
Dobermans or shelter dogs?
Dobermans.
I don't know that Dobermans necessarily have a high return rate, but a lot of shelter dogs do, because the reason they got surrendered in the first place was a behavior issue.
Okay.
And now they go to the next home and they have the same behavior issue. So until we fix it, then it just keeps happening over and over and over again.
Okay, now when should people recognize that? I mean, I would think it would be obvious, but a lot of people just don't pick up on signs. When should somebody realize that, okay, their dog is trained, but they still have some issues? How do they know? I mean, I would think it's obvious because they keep doing the same pattern over and over again, and it's not a proper pattern, so that would be a good sign for them to go see you.
So they're not actually trained. The problem is there's all kinds of behaviors that are going on. So I can get a phone call and someone says, my dog pulls on leash.
Okay.
And after I talk to them a while, then I find out the other 50 things that the dog does, and the fact that the dog has bitten family members, but people don't bring that up. They bring up, my dog pulls on leash.
Why do you think that is? They don't want to scare you off or something?
I think they're in denial.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, I think that I can't tell you how many times I hear, I have the sweetest dog ever, and can you help me? I'm like, well, what do you need help with? Oh, well, my dog bit my child in the face today.
Oh, that's real sweet.
But that's very, very common.
Wow.
A dog that is biting because the dog is basically out of control in the household. So a lot of people, I was in a home the other day, and someone said to me, I feel like I'm being held hostage.
Aww.
And that's not the first time I've heard that, but that's what people feel like when the dog is running the household. They don't know what else to do. Some don't know what else to do. Others think well, let's just take him to the shelter.
That's a horrible way to get rid of the problem. I mean, really, I mean, dogs are family. They're a piece of our lives. They're a big part of our hearts. And if there's an issue, it could probably be remedied if people just took a moment and sat back and said, okay, this dog's wonderful, but it shouldn't be running the household. I mean, dogs should respect us and try and please us. And, you know, I mean, I think people feel like guilty for trying to reprimand their dog, but they need to have boundaries. They need to set goals for this dog so that they can live in harmony and not feel bad about having to bring a dog to a shelter just because they gave up. Instead of a phone call away, they can fix the problem.
And a lot of times it can be a fairly easy fix. This guy was extremely fearful, had a lot of anxiety, wanted to bark at everybody, wanted to chase bicycles and cars.
Oh my goodness.
All kinds of things. He has a loud bark. So I could understand, honestly, why somebody felt overwhelmed in, like, I can't have this breed, I can't do this.
But if they would have just called you and worked with you, it would have worked out just fine.
Generally, I mean, that depends on the owner and how much work are they going to do. If you think your trainer is just going to magically fix your dog and you don't have to do anything, then there's no hope.
That I learned when I got my dog at 7 months. We adopted her, and it was interesting because she was a service dog, but yet when she became my dog, she wasn't a service dog anymore. She was just a dog.
Right.
We had to get her to respect me.
Right.
And learn from me. So I remember I took her to you, and you're like, well, I'm going to train you more than the dog because it's a lot, it has a lot to do with us as humans to understand what their needs are and to understand how we can make them work for our household, whether we have kids or whether we have somebody elderly in the household or whatever. The dog has to be able to acclimate to all of that. And this is his cone of safety right there.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And they act different in the household with different people. So if I know I can get away with something with you, then I'm going to try it with you. And I'll try it with you until you say, knock it off. And then I'm going to stop that. So the training of the owner is unbelievably important.
And helpful.
Yes, it should be very helpful.
Yes.
Because you should see immediate results with certain things.
Sure.
And then depending on how much work you're going to put into it, how much consistency that you're going to put into it, you know, you tell the dog to sit 10 times and he doesn't have to actually sit till the 11th time, then why should he? What's the point of, why should I listen?
Right.
I don't need to. So it's, I just don't want him to be on the couch.
Oh, that's okay. He's all over my pants now.
Sorry
It's
about
fine.
that.
I love it. I have black and white pants on now. Yeah. So I do have a question for you because people think certain breeds are untrainable or they have to go with a certain breed because it's the most popular. What I think there's a myth about is that I think all breeds are lovable. All breeds can be good, but we do have to associate the type of personality of a dog with the person. Like I mentioned, you have a Malinois. Now those are very highly active dogs and you can't be somebody that's a couch potato and own that specific dog because of the energy level. So there is some sort of research that people should do to make sure that that dog is proper for their lifestyle and things like that, you know, but I think that all dogs are all love and pure, just, I mean, there's something magical about the dogs. So what's your first piece of advice to somebody that wants to set out and get themselves a dog from the shelter?
Well, from anywhere, you need to do your research.
Okay.
You need to understand, like you said, is this a couch potato type dog? Is this a dog that needs to be a lot of running, a lot of mental, and then you need to understand the genetics of that animal.
Okay.
So a Malinois, you know what a Malinois wants to do? They want to bite. They want to bite something. They want to have a tug in their mouth.
Yeah.
They excel at bite work, that type of stuff.
Right.
So if you are, you know, don't call and say, can you get my Malinois to stop biting? Right? You know, I mean, you don't want your dog to be chewing on you, but at the same time, you have to understand
the stimulation.
This is the genetics of this particular dog.
Right.
So they're all dogs, but they all have different things that they are good at and they excel at and they need to the owner needs to work with.
Oh, sure. Is that why it's important that the county, the shelter, they give you the idea as to what the dog's genetics
Absolutely.
are? That's probably
Absolutely.
why, so that you can investigate and say, okay, well, there's a little bit of boxer and there's a little
Yes.
bit of pity or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they're very great dogs.
They're wonderful dogs, but at the same time, people are afraid of them.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to, you have to understand the genetics of a pit bull
Absolutely.
or anything along those lines. If you're scared of that breed, then absolutely don't get one.
Right.
Understand the liability of owning one.
That's correct.
So there's a lot that goes into it, and if you're not going to do the research, then you're better off not getting a dog. It's not fair to the dog.
Right.
And then you have an animal that you can't control. You don't know what to do with. You don't know how to meet their needs.
Yes.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I always tell everybody, well, when you meet your dog's needs, those behavior problems will start going away. So if you come and you say, hey, I have a dog who barks, I have a dog who does this or that, we're not working on that problem. We're going to work on the other problems that are leading to that.
Oh,
so when
okay.
you meet the needs, then all of a sudden it's like, you know, my dog's not doing that anymore.
Right.
And people are surprised, and it's like, nope, that's kind of how it works. So
Okay.
don't focus on my dog does blank, blank, blank.
Okay, right. That makes perfect sense. Now, for people to reach out to you, because let's say they have a dog that they just love and there's certain situations that they're just not sure how to work with, how can they reach out to you? And then I want to really quickly, before we go off, bring up the amazing thing that you're doing for our community.
Okay, so ValentineDogTraining.com.
Okay.
I'm also on Instagram. My cell number, 713-816-1590.
Okay.
Call me, send me a text. I'm happy to chat with people about all kinds of things. I have lots of times where people call me and just ask questions, especially with puppies.
Aw.
Or, for instance, potty training. I'll tell you what to do on the phone. You don't need a lesson.
Okay.
You don't need a trainer.
Right.
You just need some guidance.
Guidance.
Or maybe you haven't had a dog in 15 years and now you're 15 years
Refresher.
older and it all feels a little more tiring.
Sure.
So sometimes you just need to have some questions answered.
I love that, and I think it's a wonderful thing that you are available for people just to, just to give you a call and find out some information and then find out if they have to go further. Now, real quick, tell us what you're going to be doing for the community coming up, because this is really big. A lot of people are excited about this. I've noticed online. What is coming up that's exciting?
So community dog walks. What I want to do is give people a place to be able to walk their dog or have a community feel of being comfortable, not being judged.
Okay.
So we had an assessment the other day. Kathy from Wagon Tells Dog Obedience and we kind of got a feel for what was going on with people, and they all just want to kind of be together and not be judged.
I get that.
So we can start doing some dog walks all over the county. And again, you're not going to be judged. It's not a training session.
Right.
But so the reason for the assessment was to make sure we didn't have dogs who wanted to bite and fight and lunge and act crazy. They're just not appropriate for that. So
Okay.
if we do a lesson and can get that dog in there, then it's free to anybody who wants to come, who wants to be a part of that. And then we'll figure out what else that we're going to...
Like the further steps to take down the road.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for being here. This is a wonderful person, Jennifer Valentine. She takes care of our pets every single day. And if you need a little bit of behavioral work with your dog, please reach out to ValentineDogTraining.com and find out about all the wonderful things Jennifer can do for your dog. Thank you again for being here with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
that sweet baby who's now passed out. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at nantucketropebracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
Good morning, Vail.
The third annual Children's Business Fair is taking place today, and we had them come in and give us some great information earlier in the week, so let's hear what they have to say.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. As promised, I have some great guests with me today. And today I have two special people sitting next to me, Beck, that's right, and Heather. You all are from Unbound, which is a really cute little school. Is it a school or a camp or both?
It's a school.
Okay.
We are running an entrepreneur camp right now, though, that's been so exciting for just community youth, getting ready to gear up for our Children's Business Fair.
Yeah, we got to get into that because it's really interesting that you have a children's business fair. But first of all, you're located in Edwards, in Riverwalk. I walk my dog, I walk by you guys all the time, and I've always been curious because of the name and the way you have it written and everything, and I always see these happy children running in and out. How did this school, how did it form, and what made you guys create this space?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. It came about really organically. Cassie Boca, our other co-founder, she and I met literally chasing boys on bikes at the pump track. And we both kind of had a unique vision for our own children. And so we just collaborated together, and Unbound came about, and last year was our first year with our first group of kindergartners.
It was really sweet to see it open up, and I see all these little kids running around, and you get the park right there, you have the river. You guys can do all kinds of explorations and just really get into the nature of things while you're there as well.
Yes, we spend a lot of time outside, and we've kind of switched the narrative of traditional learning where we spend a lot of time outside and then they're ready to come inside for their core skills and do their more academic stuff.
I love that. It's a great way to stimulate them and then get them ready to focus.
100%.
I like that. Well, it looks like you caught a boy because you had a boy, and this is Beck over here. What's going on, Beck?
Well, my business fair, it's like kind of a little store. I'm selling a lot of things.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me ask you a question. At your age, what kind of business do you want to explore?
I mean, I'm selling a lot of things, so I might make a lot of money.
Oh my God, I love this kid. This is the best. You are so cute. I love you already. This is great. So you want to look forward to making some money in your life and having a nice, happy existence. Do you know what you want to be as far as a profession yet, or is this why you have the business fair so you can explore all the different avenues?
I mean, all that great stuff out there is like, I need money to buy it, so I need to have a good business fair.
I love it. So it's his business fair that we have going on.
He's a big part of the business fair.
Are
so
you
Beck
running
was
it?
a part last year too.
I love that, Beck. So what do you expect happening? What do you expect to happen?
Like, I expect there's gonna be a lot of great people out there working so hard and making a lot of money. I just hope they get enough money.
Something tells me money is in this kid's future. You're adorable. I think you're wonderful. I'm going to ask your mom a couple of questions. Explain to me, so a business fair for kids.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about when it is and where it's taking place.
Sure.
It's right in Edwards at the Vail Valley Pharmacy in that lovely area on the parking lot in the grassy area, correct?
Yes, right by Craftsman and First Bank and
Yeah.
the pharmacy. There's a big grassy area there. And we had over 40 entrepreneurs, local children, apply for the business fair, which was just so amazing to see the motivation in Eagle County. And we could accept 28 just due to spacing.
Right.
So we'll have some big yellow Easy Up tents and an unbound flag that'll be flying too, so it will be easy to find for sure. And they all had to come up with a business plan to submit an application. It's free for anyone that wanted to. It was just a matter of who got their applications in first. And yeah, they came up with a name for their business and kind of their startup costs and how they were going to get that money and if they were going to have to repay someone, how much did it cost to produce their material versus how much were they going to sell. So it's a really well-oiled machine.
That's amazing. It's what are the age groups?
5 to maybe 11 or 12.
Oh my goodness. Okay, when I was between 5 and 11, I was playing jacks.
I know.
You know, I wasn't thinking about my feet, but times have changed and kids are smarter and they're really more ready to look forward to what's going to be. Now, I know that they're still all kids and they still all act like kids and they have a great time, but they seem to have a little bit more in their minds like the future, and that's very intriguing. Have you heard of any of the special professions that the kids want to be? Let me hear.
So we have someone that's going to do like hair tinsel. We have someone that's doing like a slime factory. We have little tie-dyed neckerchiefs and bookmarks.
Oh my gosh.
We have someone that is going to wash bike tires and car tires.
Wow.
Beck, do you want to talk about what your business is?
Yeah, let's hear yours.
I'm selling like a lot of things like popcorn, art, shrinky things, melty meats, and sun catchers.
Wow, that's a lot. Do you make these things?
Yeah, it took me like 7 days.
That's it?
No, I mean like for the melty meats, like 20.
What's a melty meat?
It's like little hole thingies that you like put on it, and like you can make anything out of them.
Wow, kind of. So in my day we had silly putty. Is it like silly putty?
Not exactly. They're not like little eggies, but they are like little circles.
Okay, I got you.
They're little rubber beads that you touch with an iron and it creates an image, and he turned them into keychains.
Wow, that's really cool. So you already have an inventive mind, huh?
Yeah, if I brought in my backpack, then I can like show you what it looks like.
Did you bring your backpack?
Yeah, it's in the car. But
Oh, well, that's not going to do me any good right now. Well, this is amazing. You have a lot of creativity in your mind. And what do you see ahead, even like in the next 10 years for the future?
I mean, like, what's my next business fair?
Yeah, of course. I want to hear your next plan. I mean, you're all over it.
Well, we haven't really decided just yet, but maybe I can like run bookmark factory or clean cars.
Oh my goodness. So you really do have a great head for business and you have so many great ideas. This is amazing. Are you excited?
Yeah, like a little nervous, but really excited.
But that's okay to be nervous because that's called passion. You have a passion for what you do, and that's why you have a little bit of nerves, because it's just excitement, and so that's a good thing. And what made you guys come up with the kids fair? I mean, are you just looking ahead because kids look ahead?
Yeah, and I think it really ties nicely with Vail Valley Unbound, the school that we are currently offering in Eagle County, and encouraging entrepreneurships and really just a creative mind and a growth mindset, and just knowing that anything's possible if you continue.
I think it's amazing. Is there something different about the school that differs from all the other schools?
Well, I think that Eagle County hosts so many amazing educational opportunities, and there's so many fantastic schools, and you know, Cassie and I just kind of had a different vision.
Okay.
And I think for us, the biggest modification that we've tried to execute is just extinguishing the idea that a learner needs to learn X, Y, and Z when they're 5 or in kinder or first or second,
I like
and just
that.
creating a platform for them to grow as they naturally are with their academics. And we have a mixed age group, so this year we'll be hosting learners that are between 5 and 7, so it'll be in traditional words like a K-1 blend, but we really just honor them where they are with their academics, and a lot of materials.
Now I understand the name Unbound, because there are no boundaries for these children, and you guys get to really explore and expand the minds of these kids, and I am just really excited about this whole experience. So it's only been a year that you've been there? It feels like longer because I always pass you guys, and so you're right next to Mountain Pride almost. You're right in the little corner
I
area.
actually office out of Mountain Pride.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're wonderful people as
my
well.
gosh, Maddie's amazing.
I love Maddie.
Yeah.
And she's been on TV8 a bunch of times as well. And do you ever get kids that are curious or anything like that as children? That you deal with that, or
nope,
no, not yet. Which is great, because you know that I feel like this is the perfect place for them, where they won't feel separate or anything. They'll just feel welcome and wonderful and accepted, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think just education in general should welcome all.
That's what I say.
And
yeah,
they're flourishing for sure.
So you still have the same regular programs as far as academics go, like they learn English and literature and things like that, or is it just for the youngers where they just learn how to explore and expand their minds and be creative?
Well, so we will be K through 5.
Okay.
We only opened with kindergarten last year. This year, kind of a 5 through 7 model. Like every successful business in the county, even in the world, right? You bite off what you can chew.
Yes, exactly.
So we're taking this slow and steady because we really want it to make a difference and be impactful and be perfect.
Well, I think you guys are already making an impact. How do you feel about all the kids you get to play with every day?
I mean, it is a lot to handle because everybody wants me. It's like there's not 10 of me, so
so you have to spread yourself a little thin.
Yes.
But do you feel like you're making a difference with all your friends and the kids?
Yeah, it feels comfortable with all my friends, and I just hope they'll always be with me.
Oh, that's so special. Well, you can make that happen. You know, you can make lifelong friendships and keep them in your life forever. No matter where you end up in life, you can always carry along in your heart with all your friends, right? Yeah. And do you feel like you do a little bit of help for everybody? Do you help?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because when everybody needs me, I just say, I'll play with you tomorrow, and I'll figure it out.
Okay, I feel like I have our new presidential candidate in about 40 years, because you are amazing. What a great kid. You've done a great job with Beck.
Oh my gosh, let's knock on some wood.
That's not wood, so
Okay,
you're
oh my
not
goodness.
doing yourself any favors.
Yeah.
So what else how do people reach out to you guys?
Yeah.
Are you still taking kids?
For the school, yes.
Yes.
So our in-house capacity for this next year would be 20 learners, and we are still enrolling. So if anyone was interested in learning more about Vail Valley Unbound, they could reach out to us via our website.
Okay, and what's that?
VailValleyUnbound.org.
That's easy.
Yes, it is easy, and I would be happy to meet up for coffee or chit-chat, give someone a tour. Again, ages 5 through 7. We do have a few spaces. And then this weekend, the business fair is from 9 to noon.
Nice.
Edwards, over
It's
by
going to
the
be a lot of
pharmacy.
fun. You guys got to go check it out. It's right around the Vail Valley Pharmacy area. And we do have to wrap it up. But Beck, do you have any advice for the kids in the future before you go?
Well, just good luck for everybody and make that money.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank
being here
you,
from
Liz.
Vail Valley Unbound. It's an amazing school. They do have their kids' professional fair coming up, so make sure you get over there this weekend in Edwards. I can't thank you guys enough for being here. Heather and Beck McMahon. Beck, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
you guys
you,
should do a
Liz.
wonderful thing for our future. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
It's Beck and Heather. Now I'm putting him, he gets first billing, over from Vail Valley Unbound in Edwards. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail right after here, or this.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities for points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this competition.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for the perfect best friend bracelet? Well, then Nantucket Rope Bracelets has you covered. We're going to speak with the founder right now. Are you looking for a great accessory? I know I never take mine off, and this is a Nantucket Rope Bracelet, and I'm joined by the owner and founder, Rex Dean. Good morning, Rex.
Good morning, Maddie. It's nice to see you today. Thank you for having me on the morning show.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to have you, and it's lovely to have one of your bracelets here on my wrist. I haven't taken it off since I've received it. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about the history of the Nantucket Rope Bracelet.
Sure. So Nantucket rope bracelets are part of the sailing community around the world. And what took place is for hundreds of years, the way of transportation was by sailboat. And sailors, when they had free time, which wasn't very much, would decorate common areas of the ship, maybe hand railing or the ship's wheel. And this became a tradition, particularly on the ship's wheels, and to do fancy rope work. Rope bracelets became a real common behavior for sailors as they were getting ready to leave on a voyage. They would make a bracelet and give it to a friend or a loved one, and it would be a reminder of their friendship or love or relationship to carry with them. And so the history is really about being remembered and trying to instill a sense of connectivity to someone when you're not there.
Which is such a great way to celebrate and carry the love of someone with you. Now, how did you get started with the Nantucket Rope Bracelets?
So, as a child, I was in the Bahamas sailing extensively when I was 15 years old, and an older sea captain saw me playing around, learning knots and things, and he took the time and taught me how to make and tie fancy rope knots. Whether it be this particular knot is called a Turk's head, and then he taught me how to tie, many knots, and how to make quality, whether it be a bracelet or a doormat or a keychain or lashing a wheel. So from 15 years old, I started making these, and I've been making them for over 50 years.
Wow. What a great legacy of a bracelet. I feel so honored to be wearing one. And now, what makes them so special as people are interested in getting their hands on some?
These are very unique, handmade, with the best quality material in the marketplace.
I can feel that in the quality of my bracelet because I absolutely love it. Now, if someone's interested in getting their hands on a bracelet, how does the ordering process work?
Go to our website, which is nantucketropebracelet.com. And there you can select a color, a size, and we will ship that out to you pretty much anywhere in the United States. We don't do much internationally. I have clients internationally, but they just pick up the phone and I send them off to them. One of the unique aspects is we do custom work. So it's really almost limitless of what you can get at Nantucket Rope Bracelets. And we really enjoy the smiles and the happiness that we generate as people make their orders and we fulfill those commitments.
Make sure that you check out nantucketropebracelets.com. That way you can order yours because it's a great fashion piece that you can wear all year round. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to chat with Nathan, who's talking about Proposition 138, and we could see it on the ballots this year and all that it entails. So let's hear what he has to say.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, Proposition 138 is something that not many Coloradans know about. Well, we're lucky we're joined by Nathan Cuneen, who's going to give us some more information. Good morning, Nathan.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Now, you have quite the job title, as you have a very long one, so I'm going to let you explain it.
I'm the Director of Strategic Analysis at the American Federation for Children, which is the nation's largest school choice advocacy organization. Essentially, we fight to create opportunities for students around the country so that every student and every family can select the best school, the best education that's right for their kids.
Now, I have some questions because Proposition 138 is going on our ballot here in Colorado, hopefully this election season. And so for people who don't know about Proposition 138, can you give us a brief overview?
Sure. Proposition 138 is an effort to codify the right to school choice into the Colorado Constitution. And this is majorly important and should be a massive wake-up call to the legislators in Colorado's capital. The people of Colorado, families want school choice options. Parents want to be able to select the best school that's right for their kid. Look, every kid is different. Every student learns differently. It's ridiculous to assume that one type of school can serve every single kid. I believe that every single family should have the right to choose where the best place for their kid is, whether that's a traditional public school or a charter school or a magnet school or a private school. When I was growing up, I had the benefit of using a private school choice scholarship that completely changed my life, set me up on the pathway to success. And I think that there are a lot of other families, a lot of other kids out there that are looking for that same opportunity. I think it's time for Colorado to give it to them.
I think it's so interesting that this is something that's not been on our radar before. Now you guys are bringing such a bright light to it. Now, what are some of the pros that we would see impact the kids?
Right. Well, there's a long history of school choice in this country, and the results for students have been overwhelming. Huge academic gains for students when they get to access the kinds of environments that work for them. But most importantly, I think, and this is one of the things most people don't know about school choice, is there is extremely strong academic evidence that shows when you create broader and more expansive school choice programs, the public school system gets better in response to competition. There's a huge amount of data on this from the state of Florida. When school choice expanded, not only did the kids in those choice schools get better, but the students in the next door public schools also got better because they were competing to create value for students.
Now, this is all such great information, and as people are kind of looking towards it, some questions that may arise are what happens if one school is selected over a bunch of other schools and that school becomes overpopulated?
Right, that's a great question. One of the things that we've seen around the country as these school choice programs have been adopted is the supply of schools is rising to meet demand. That question that you just asked is especially relevant to rural communities where maybe there aren't a lot of additional school options. One of the things that we've seen is that the passage of these broad-based school choice programs are prompting schools to open in localities that maybe they weren't incentivized to open before. And we're seeing a huge increase in the number of providers that are opening and expanding in order to accompany or to take care of all the students who want choice.
And then, of course, as we're looking at transportation for kids, if they want to maybe go to a private school that's not in their school district, what's that impact going to be like on the parents?
Right. This is another really great question, a really great point that I think a lot of people don't know about is in a lot of these school choice programs, we structure transportation into the program so that students and families can use portions of their education dollars to pay to transport their kids to a school of their choice, because this is a real problem for a lot of Americans. And that's a really important thing that we need to make sure so that students have access. Places like Florida, places like Iowa, places like Oklahoma is one of those states where you can use a portion of your school choice money to help pay for transportation in the case that that's a difficult thing for your family.
I think it's really important, especially because obviously Colorado is a very large outdoor lifestyle community, and there are kids who want to go to specific schools for their sports, not only their academics, but their sports as well. And so this will kind of help balance that out too.
That's absolutely, people select their school for a variety of reasons. We think that a high academic standard is really, really important. But beyond that, extracurriculars are a huge driver for a lot of students, whether that be sports or music, or, Colorado has a lot of magnet schools that have really wonderful STEM programs or other specialized programs. And I think all of those things are just creating a stronger education system to serve the individual needs of every kid.
I think these are all really great facts for parents to get their hands on. Now, if we want to learn more information and if we want to make our voices heard as Coloradans on Proposition 138, what's the best way for us to go about that?
So the best way to get general school choice information would be to visit our website, federationforchildren.org. The best way to support school choice in Colorado right now is to call your legislator, tell them that you want school choice for your students, and then, of course, vote. Make sure you get out and vote when the proposition appears on the ballot.
And if it's not quite on our ballot yet, it is important that people make their voices heard to make Proposition 138 show up, correct?
That's right. Over 200,000 people have already signed the proposition in Colorado, and we want to keep that momentum going. This is a massive sign that people want school choice, and we got to keep up that momentum. We got to keep making voices heard.
And how many signatures do we need for it to show up on the ballot?
There's a validity threshold. I believe we're well past it already with the 200,000. I think the threshold was in the low 100s.
Nathan, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. Now, one more time, if people would like more information, where can they go?
federationforchildren.org. Also, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or other social media at Nathan Canine.
Thank you for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this great information, and thank you for making a difference in our children's lives.
Thank you very much.
Make sure that you vote and you get your voice heard on Proposition 138. We want to see it on the ballot this year, and especially for those parents who have those very athletic kids here in our community. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
For
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to bring you all of this wonderful community information. Now, if you have one of those beautiful puppies at home that's giving you a little bit of difficulty, make sure that you check out Valentine Dog Training because she can help ease that stress in your life. Also, make sure that you're watching out on your ballots for Proposition 138 because it's really important that we make our voices heard and we all get out there and vote. We'll see you tomorrow for another great edition of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has